Think back to the first female character you saw in a video game. Who was she? A helpless princess in need of rescue? A sexualized object designed to attract attention? Or perhaps an invincible warrior? Today we're taking a journey through the decades to see how female characters in video games have changed, from pixelated hostages to complex, multifaceted heroines who lead nations. We'll compare design approaches across different countries and try to understand what drove these changes: technology, culture, or the players themselves. From pixels to polygons, the early years and stereotypes, 1980s to mid-1990s. In the early days of gaming, when technology was limited, female characters often played the role of the damsel in distress. They served as motivation for the male hero. Pauline in Donkey Kong and Princess Peach are classic examples. Their designs were simplistic, often featuring pink elements simply to indicate their gender. But there were exceptions. Metroid, 1986, stunned players by revealing that a woman was hidden beneath the armor of the space hunter, Samus Aran. It was a bold move that proved women can be central figures in action games. With the advent of 3D graphics in the mid-90s, the situation changed. Lara Croft appeared. Tomb Raider, 1996, became a phenomenon. Lara was a strong, independent, and intelligent archaeologist. However, her design, with exaggerated body proportions, sparked heated debates about sexualization. This ushered in the era of action beauties, characters who were competent warriors but whose appearance often overshadowed their personality. Look at early fighting game characters, such as Chun-Li from Street Fighter II. Strong, but with an emphasis on physical attractiveness. The cultural divide, West versus East. During this period, two main approaches to the design of female characters emerged, reflecting cultural differences. In the West, primarily the US and Europe, the trend toward action heroines continued. Lara Croft evolved, becoming slightly more realistic, but still maintaining a focus on physical form. Characters such as Rain from Blood Rain emerged, where sexualization was part of the marketing. Western design often leans toward brute force, practicality, sometimes questionable, and straightforwardness. Japan took a different path, deeply rooted in anime and manga culture. Female characters in JRPGs, such as Tifa from Final Fantasy, often have a more delicate, sometimes doll-like appearance. There is a strong emphasis on emotions, inner worlds, and stylized beauty. They may be incredibly powerful mages or warriors, but their design rarely emphasizes brute strength. At the same time, Japan has also given us Bayonetta, a character who takes sexualization to the extreme, transforming it into an instrument of power and control, which is an interesting cultural phenomenon. The era of realism and depth, mid-2000s to present. Starting in the mid-2000s and especially in the 2010s, the industry took a huge step toward realism. This affected not only the graphics, but also the narrative. The 2013 reboot of Tomb Raider showed us a completely different Lara, vulnerable, learning to survive with more realistic proportions and situation-appropriate clothing. She ceased to be just a superheroine, becoming a human being. Games like The Last of Us and the Horizon series have taken female characters to a new level. Ellie and Aloy are complex characters with their own motivations, fears, and traumas. Their design is driven by the story and the world they inhabit. Aloy's practical armor, sensuous scars, and weary face from Hellblade, all of this works to immerse the player in their experiences. Contemporary Western design often seeks to desexualize female characters, focusing on their competence, strength of character, and realism. This elicits both praise for inclusivity and respect, as well as criticism from a segment of the community accustomed to a different visual style. Recall the controversy surrounding Abby's appearance in The Last of Us Part 2. It's a striking example of just how sensitive this topic is today. Impact and trends. Why does it matter? Why is the evolution of female characters so important? First, the audience is changing. Women make up nearly half of all gamers worldwide, and they want to see characters they can identify with. Diversity in design helps attract a wider audience. Second, developers are aware of their responsibility. Video games are a powerful medium that shapes perceptions of the world. Moving away from stereotypes helps combat prejudice in real life. Major studios are increasingly involving women in development and consulting with experts to create authentic characters. The trend is moving beyond just the strong woman to a woman with all her weaknesses, contradictions, and unique story. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.